Welcome to this afternoon's TESPN broadcast of VISAA State Quarterfinal Field Hockey. And today we've got the visitors from Paul VI High School in Chantilly, Virginia, the number 7 seed, visiting the second-seeded Titans of Trinity Episcopal. I'm Rick Hamlin, joined here by Carter Tyree. And Coach Tyree usually is our producer, but on the mic today. And Carter, got to ask you, what are you expecting to see in this one?
Well, you're looking at a very top-heavy VISAA in terms of Norfolk Academy and the three powerhouses out of the LIS. So I think a lot of the fans here and a lot of the Titans players have come into this game feeling pretty confident.
Yeah, and we were just looking at Paul VI scores from this season. So they come in at 9-5, got to the semifinals of the WCAC. Not many common opponents between these two schools. They did both play St. Catherine's, who Paul VI beat 2-0, and the Titans beat in a couple of close games as well. And then they both played collegiate. PVI lost to the Cougars 8-4. Titans beat the Cougars in the two regular season meetings, but did fall to them 2-1 in last week's LIS championship game. And the winner of this game, probably based on seeding, what you would expect, would actually see collegiate again in Thursday's semifinal, as they are the 3 seed playing, I believe, St. Anne's Belfield, the 6 seed. So we're off. A lot of reason for confidence from this 19-3 Trinity team, but also think the Panthers didn't come all the way down here to just fill out the bracket. I think they're looking to spoil the party and prevent these Titans from making it back to the state Final Four. And Trinity Episcopal Field Hockey has made the Final Four for, I think, 12 years in a row in field hockey. So this is a postseason position that Coach Sneed and her staff are used to, and they've made the state championship game every year since 2014. So this is kind of what they do, is this time of year raise that level of play. But again, the Panthers, they're coming in having won, looks like about 4 of their last 6 games. So they've got reason for optimism and hope as well. All right, so first minute is passed. Not too much has really happened as each team kind of feels each other out and works through the nerves of a state tournament game. But the Titans now are really trying to establish some possession. Good interception, though, by Camilla Madonna of the Panthers as they look to get the ball into the circle for the first time. Darcy Kopsonis did well to dispossess and avoid the threat.
It's definitely going to be interesting to me to see how PVI comes out in these first few minutes. Growing up in Northern Virginia and playing in one of those leagues, for all of the leagues over there, most of your games are in a very tight area. So, I mean, even though it may take 45 minutes to travel somewhere, you're not traveling very far. So the first time it looks like these guys are making a long trip is in the state tournament.
Yeah, that's a really good point. Yeah, if you just look at their schedule, I mean, even that collegiate game was a home game for them, so pretty much everything looks inside the Beltway or just outside it. So this is definitely a long drive to come down from Northern Virginia. And I always felt like when we made that drive going the other way in sports that I coached, that it was key to get through the first 10 minutes or so and just break a sweat and get your legs under you. So far, granted, only about 2.5 minutes in, but I think Paul VI has looked very good so far, and you see them here with a counterattack and a lot of Titans around the ball handler, which I believe was Anna Viglione, but PVI looks ready to play. I've been impressed in this early going.
Yeah, and it's definitely seemed early on that they're trying to get the ball to Viglione up there. She seems to be the lone person sitting at the top of the field, and she showed right there she's able to beat a player or two, so she might be able to create some problems for PVI.
Yeah, for sure. Now we see the Titans with their first foray into their offensive circle, and nice job there by Shep Ramsey, and it's going to go out top for an insert out at the 25, and Lila Grace Logan, one of the ninth graders on this Titan team, with some nifty moves, and not going to be a corner, but it is going to be Titan possession just outside of the area.
I think it's going to be really important here for the Titans to get a goal early on, especially coming off that LAS championship with Collegiate, where their only goal came from a penalty stroke. So to be able to score one in the run of play or even off a corner would really get their confidence back up.
Yeah, for sure. And also you see PVI really getting a lot of numbers behind the ball, trying to keep things congested. Of course, Carter, you and I both come more from a soccer background where sometimes you talk about teams parking the bus. So it's going to be hard for the Titans to find a ton of space, as even on this transition, Paul VI has 5-6 players back protecting their circle defensively. So if you're able to get a lead, that might force them to come out of their shell a little bit. So I agree. I think that's a really important point. A lot of speed from Viglione up top, and she shows off those moves again like you talked about. Good job, though, to dispossess her. Anna Reeser, really impressive freshman with a great steal. And that ball does travel out of bounds as the Titans look to counterattack. And Olivia Schmicke, the LIS Player of the Year, headed to play at Delaware next year. I believe tomorrow is her signing day to make it official that she's heading up to be a Blue Hen, and Schmicke is able to earn the first corner of the day. And Titans have been really successful this season on corners. A lot of the games I've been to, this has been a source of creating chances for them, and we'll see what they're able to do here. It's fired out to Schmicke. Her shot is going to go just wide and then out of play. So PVI, first corner they've had to defend, and they did well. And I suspect, just based on how defensive they're aligned, we may see more corners coming from the Titans.
Yeah, it'll be interesting.
Schmicke doing some moves in front. And sorry, I didn't want to interrupt you, but I thought we might have a shot on goal coming, but the Panthers defended it well.
Well, it'll be interesting on some of those corners because usually Mary Hazel Davis will be sitting right at the top in the middle there. And with her out today after picking up a little knock, they shuffle around, and Schmicke was sitting in the middle, and they're feeding her to be the facilitator as Giulioni all the way in.
Yeah, great job by Valentina Ambrosi Torres to get down and make the save, her first real action of the day. But Viglione has shown real pace and skill up top, and she's a threat that the Titans are going to have to be really alert to. And yeah, Mary Hazel Davis, the all-LIS player, Liberty commit, who covers so much ground in the center, is a big loss for her to not be in today. Now we see Schmicke bringing it forward again, showing off her wheels. She gets into a good shooting spot, but well defense. I believe it was Emma Sweeney who blocked that one.
Just a little bit of watching there from the Titans as they saw their league player of the year heading up the field and said, all right, I hope she can do it. But you'd like to see a little more support there. Hopefully she could pass it off to somebody.
Yeah, she kind of was going alone up there. And there's Viglione again, and she just seems really comfortable carrying it at, four defenders here, but she's still able to get herself close into the cage. Anna Reeser again, though. This is the second time she's been able to thwart the threat of Viglione.
And Annarisa's basically been playing back there all season long as a freshman. Her teammates have a lot of confidence in her, and I think it definitely helps her out with the older players around her being able to help her grow, and she's really become a stalwart at the back for them defensively.
Yeah, I have a lot of confidence in her as well. She's very poised and just seems to be a really smart, confident player. Our producer today, Ainsley McNear, is her classmate. Not, she's a little bit different in class. A lot of giggling. But on the field, she's all business, that's for sure. All right, the Panthers get really good numbers forward for just about the first time today. They've got most of their players advanced up the field and pushing the Titans' backs against the wall a little bit, as you see all Titan players on the field behind the ball right now. I do think, it's going to be an adjustment without Mary Hazelin there, but they're just definitely a little bit missing her speed and dynamism. But here's a chance now. Olivia Schmicky with the steal, and she's in 1v1. I was really thinking she got fouled there, but the officials are going to say that she actually just slipped on her own and give possession back to the Panthers.
Yeah, it looked like a slight bump there, but not enough, evidently.
Shep Ramsey putting a lot of pressure on the ball handler, Eva Lanham, and creates a turnover to Anna Reeser, and Anna connects with her fellow freshman Lila Grace Logan. And we got a hack there against the Panthers. So we're already over 10 minutes into this one. About 4:20 left in quarter number one. And Paul VI has done, I've really been impressed with their defense. A lot of times as the Titans typically come into the state tournament seeded 1 or 2, I've seen a lot of these quarterfinal games get lopsided in a hurry, but Paul VI defending really strong in the early going.
Yeah, and they're definitely looking to break out with Viglione up top. You know, for us coming from soccer, it's a common strategy. You're the lower seed. If you're able to get out with on the break, that's where you're going to get your goals. So, honestly, they seem more dangerous coming out there than a couple minutes ago when they were able to get their whole team in the attacking half.
Yeah, I agree. That counterattack is where they've shown the most threat so far, for sure. And speaking of soccer, boys soccer won their state quarterfinal game yesterday over Woodbury Forest in penalty kicks. And they'll be facing Collegiate tomorrow night in the state semis at City Stadium, downtown Richmond. Hope a lot of Titan Nation can make it out to that one. And these Titan field hockey hoping to advance to the Final Four as well, with Collegiate a possible opponent in that one. Love this time of year, postseason play. Football also got state semis coming on Saturday with Potomac School. Another Northern Virginia opponent, similar to Paul VI, headed down to this very field at Aycock Stadium. 1 o'clock start Saturday. So we're staying busy in Trinity Athletics.
And don't forget, we'll be there as well tomorrow. TSPN's first off-campus broadcast.
So we're good.
We will
we got
be
what
there.
we need.
We will be there.
Very excited for that one. My kids. Here comes another one of those counterattacks, but good job again. Anna Reeser really has had a great first quarter. Although now the Panthers look to get some numbers forward, but nice job by Lila Grace.
And that break was a little more team-oriented as Stankiewicz was carrying it up, and Viglione was out on her left trying to create some space, but the Titan defense standing strong as it has pretty much this whole season.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a really solid defensive group. I believe I checked this before the collegiate game. I think Trinity has scored, I think it's 99 goals in the season and given up less than 20. So a potent offense and also a very strong defense, giving up less than a goal a game on average. All right, that one looked like it popped up off the shin of Ava Benson, and it will be possession for PVI with just under a minute to go here in quarter number 1. Still scoreless.
Cleared away by Darcy Kopsinis, another all-league player for the Titans. And really, with that defense, Ella Shirey, all-league, Anna Reeser, we've spoken her praises all game, and Neely Weinfordner, another one of those people who will be at signing day as she's heading to one of the best colleges in the world, Randolph-Macon.
Also the alma mater of one Carter Tyree. Yeah, and Valentina Ambrosi-Torres, the goalkeeper, also an all-league player. So a lot of talent back there. Don't think the Titans are going to have time to bring this one forward. So 1 quarter in the books and pretty good, well-matched game so far. I mean, Trinity's had the only corner that either team had, and Olivia Schminke was able to get into the area and have a couple half chances. PVI, I don't believe, has really a true shot on goal, although Valentina Ambrosi-Torres did get called into action one time when she had to kind of come out of her cage and clear a ball. So not a ton of chances in the first quarter, as I think both teams continue that feeling out process, like we talked about at the beginning, that you often see in a state tournament game. But I think if you're the Panthers, you got to feel good. Like I said earlier, coming on a 2-hour bus ride, if they were lucky with traffic, could even be longer. And you just really want to make sure you don't get blitzed in the first 15 minutes and find yourself down 2 or 3-0 quickly. So I think Paul VI and their head coach, Rich Hayden, probably – if you told him before the game we'll get through the first quarter unscathed, would have taken that. No, we are in the end of the first quarter, and the second quarter will be starting in just about a minute.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. Paul VI definitely looked like they came out ready to play. They came out running. They came out covering very well defensively, especially with them sitting back further. Anytime Olivia was able to beat 1 or 2 defenders, there was another one coming across the cover. Really, her best shot was from a tough angle. So,
yeah, I think the only other talking point maybe was when she felt that she got fouled right in front of the goal, and kind of reminds us of the Jack Fannin incident yesterday, where it looked from the broadcast booth like maybe a foul from behind, potentially could have been a stroke, which would have been massive, but officials deemed that there was nothing illegal about it. And other than that, just not a ton of chances. I do think one thing that Titan fans would like to see is for Carson Beatty to get more involved. She's a huge contributor always in the midfield, and haven't seen the ball on her stick too much in quarter number 1.
Yeah, maybe 1 or 2 takeaways stopping that PVI counterattack, but she's an offensive weapon for these guys, and with Mary Hazel Davis missing in the middle there, she's kind of got to pick up her attacking role, which we know she can do.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't have all of the stats in front of me, but I know heard Carson's name a lot at morning meeting, particularly for her assist. And she has the ball here, plays it out.
Ava Benson.
Yeah, to Ava Benson, back to Beatty. And, even though that ball traveled out of play, I actually thought there was just a little more bite and aggressiveness even in that first 10, 15 seconds coming out of the quarter break.
Yeah, definitely taking it right at the PVI defense there. And that's kind of how you have to break down these deeper blocks. You got to make the defenders commit, make them move around.
Nice job there by Ellie Johnson to defend from the front. It's going to be possession back to PVI. Yeah, you make a good point, though, in terms of probably the best chance the Titans had, the one that Schmicky went to ground, was created by her stealing the ball. And we see Schmicky again. Looked like she caught a bit of an obstruction there, but still play on. Schmicky showing off the skills and not going to get the call again, as they're going to say it was out and possession to the Panthers. But, yeah, I think that one thing the Titans can do, like Ellie Johnson just did there and Schmicky did, is really try and dispossess the PVI defense when they have numbers further up the field and try and get them kind of hit them when they're not all behind the ball. And now they are all behind the ball, and that just gives you a lot of a forest to try and navigate. Nice job there to switch the point of attack by Darcy Kopsinis. Here comes Vigiloni again. She's really shown a lot of speed. That's a really nice ball. Great job.
Dive.
Great dive by Valentina Ambrosi-Torres as she cut out a cross that if she hadn't gotten to that, it would have been very dangerous at the back post.
Mm-hmm. One of the biggest differences field hockey goalie to soccer goalie is that they can't hold the ball. It's an automatic penalty if they hold the ball. So being able to dive and push it away from that attacker, I mean, that's such a skill, and Valentina's been able to do that all season. There's a reason she's all league. There's a reason she'll probably be deciding what college she's going to play at in the coming weeks.
Yeah, and she's been doing it for years back there in the cage for the Titans. And she's really grown up around this program. Her older sister played here. Her mom has been on the coaching staff for many years. So she is a Titan through and through, and really glad to see her get that all LIS recognition this year. All right, this is what I was talking about. When they're able to turn them over, this can lead to some of the best chances. And it is a corner. So the second corner of the day for the Titans.
Well done by Ayla Johnson there to beat that first defender, which forces the second to come over. I think it was a stick contact, which is giving them this corner. Chance now for the Titans.
All right, after a little conference, Titans ready to take this corner. Ball's played out top to Schmicky. She switches it over to Kopsinis, and that is saved and goes out of play.
Titans sitting high up, though, looking like they're going to keep that pressure on.
Yeah, I think that's the way to attack. But then, I mean, the risk is Vigiloni. Just if you get too many numbers forward, we've seen most of this game 3 and 4 defenders around her. So it's a balance. One thing we talked about on the soccer broadcast yesterday after Woodbury got the red card was how much to commit numbers forward. You know, you have a man advantage, but also you don't want to, in a tie game like this is and like it was yesterday, you don't want to leave yourself vulnerable. So it's a tricky balance between really pushing for it but also not exposing yourself.
Yeah, and it's definitely was a similar situation because Woodbury Forest's best attacking player yesterday is a Division I track athlete, and very easily could start a break by himself, which is what Vigiloni has shown she's been able to do here today.
Yeah. Carson Beatty, that's a good attempt and good pass over to Schminke. Schminke's got it right where she wants it, but didn't quite connect on that one.
Paul VI's game plan with Schminke's looked like they're just trying to push her wide, where she doesn't really have an angle for a shot, so she's kind of having to throw it back across and hope one of her teammates could get it on the end of it.
Yeah, they've done really well with that. Definitely the second quarter, Titans more dominant. Ball is barely across midfield, but I think the Panthers and Coach Rich Hayden will be pleased as long as they are able to keep it as a scoreless tie. And now it's actually going to be PVI. Ball for a side out from a turnover there. Ellie Johnson is getting a break. And I believe it is Elena Cathedral, AC as they call her, the freshman. Another one of the 6 freshmen on this team checked in, and you see Cathedral almost brought into play there, but that was a little too far beyond her to keep it in play.
Yeah, and PVI making their first sub there here in the second quarter, where Trinity's already brought on 5. I think that'll be interesting to watch going forward as these teams get more tired. I mean, part of the reason Trinity's been so good this year and in past years is because they just have that pipeline of.
Yeah, a lot of depth year in, year out, and Coach Snead does a great job using her bench. All right, Carson Beatty really liked that pass out to Shep Ramsey, but well done to intercept by Isabel Stankiewicz. But now it's Lila Grace Logan putting pressure on the defense. So far, the Panthers are passing all their tests in terms of defending. Tripped there, and Ava Benson got tripped. So Anna Reeser fires it over to Ella Shiree, and I do think good patience being shown by Trinity. They don't look frustrated, even though they're not able to create a ton so far. And Carson Beatty slipped. I've seen several players lose their footing. It's a lot cooler today than yesterday. Still beautiful weather, though.
Yeah, definitely much more fall than the last couple days have been.
Yeah, we were saying yesterday felt like late spring. Ended up being 84 degrees in Richmond yesterday, which was a record. Today, low 60s, crisp, bit of a breeze, but great weather to play in. Here come PVI with a 3v3 attack, and nicely done by Valentina Ambrosi Torres. Boy, she looked like a soccer keeper there, coming out and kicking it away to safety. And now Schminke has a little bit of space, but well defended as she has been all day. This time it was Francesca Cristofari, and now a numerical advantage and a rush forward for the Panthers. Good save again. And if anything, probably Valentina's had more to do in that cage even than the goalie Avery Oliva for the Panthers.
Yep. Ball's definitely been in front of the PVI goal more, but
right.
PVI's when they're getting chances, they're getting shots on goal.
Absolutely. This time, Oliva kicks it out. Oh, nice job by Neely Weinfordner to knock that away, and then Darcy Copsonis to bring it under control. going to call a hack on Anna Reeser. This game has definitely not seen quite the physicality that we saw in last week's LIS championship game, where there were several cards on both teams. Shep Ramsey is going to be subbed out. Ellie Johnson is back in. Cathedral up to Johnson, and this is the most space we've seen Schmicky in a while if they can find her, but good job again. Paul the Sixth. It was Camilla Madonna who made the defensive stop.
And if you're PVI, you've got to be happy with how it's been going. If you're, I mean, in any sport, if any team, if you're the team going for the upset, the longer the game stays close, the more that plays into your hand, because that's just more and more pressure on that higher seed.
I was just thinking that. Well, Olivia Schmicky's trying everything she can to create opportunities, but every time she gets it, there's 2 and 3 defenders surrounding her, and hasn't really been able to get a clean shot on goal. That's a great 40-yard pass from Darcy Kopsenis right onto the stick of Cathedral. She'll quickly play it over to Carson Beatty, and now Ellie Johnson right in front. Good defending. Oh, great interception, though. Well anticipated by Benson. Titans are really starting to turn the screws here. Pour on the pressure is what I was trying to say, and Benson earns a corner. And just seemed like more aggressive, urgent play from the Titans there.
Yeah, definitely. But once again, they didn't generate a shot during that entire possession. So maybe 4 or 5 drives into the box, just never really getting that shot. Maybe they're waiting too long. Maybe they're trying to get a little too careful and make sure it's a great shot. But fire away, ladies.
Yeah, well, we've got just over 2 minutes to go till halftime, and definitely want to make Avery Oliva have to work a little harder. There she did.
Nice save.
Carson Beatty. Now Lila Grace Logan. That went to the outside of the cage, and like you said, the longer it goes, you can almost watch the body language of the PVI players, both in the game and on the bench, start to feel a little more confident. And this is no disrespect to them. We're just talking about seeding-wise. Titans are number 2, Panthers number 7. So, of course, they're the underdog. Corner, though.
Just inside the line there.
Yeah. Good job by Elena Cathedral to draw that and get it into the inside of that circle and be able to win that corner, and it'll be the 4th of the day for the Titans.
Now, Olivia also not on the field, so let's see who runs the point here.
Lila Grace Logan out to Darcy Kopsenis, and that's a shot saved. Shep Ramsey was right there on the doorstep, but we've talked about Avery Oliva hasn't had a ton to do today, but she did really well there with her feet.
Yeah, multiple saves. Just keeping yourself strong, not letting that ball go through.
Just 15 seconds to go in the first half. And Titans really looking to get a sense of urgency here and create something before halftime. That ball is blasted all the way through from Neely Weinfordner to Ellie Johnson. That was a great insert by Weinfordner, but ball goes out wide, and we are at halftime. And halftime score is Paul the 6-0, Trinity Episcopal 0. Coach Tyree, what do you think it's going to take to unlock this Panthers defense?
I think it's going to take quicker attacking. I mean, when Paul VI is able to sit back, it's been very hard for them to break it down, and I think they're very comfortable with saying you guys can come at us all you want. So if the Titans want to create attacks, they're going to have to do what they were able to do a couple times there, which is try to penetrate the defense. You have to beat somebody on your own. You have to move the ball with intention, kind of push it forward instead of trying to sneak around the edges.
Yeah, I think two things I would point out. One is to reiterate something you said early on, which is the longer the game stays scoreless, the more confidence the upset-minded Panthers are going to gain. And I think we've seen that play out through the first 30 minutes. The other thing is I think the Titans have created their best opportunities when they pressed high up the field and been able to create turnovers deep in their offensive half when PVI couldn't get a lot of numbers behind the ball. So the second quarter, it was a little harder to do that because it was pretty much tight in possession virtually the whole time. But I think that's something to look for as they try and create more scoring chances here in the second half. And I mean, for the most part this year, this Titan field hockey team has been a second-half team. I know they came from halftime deficits in both the regular season collegiate games, as well as I believe they came from behind in one of the St. Catharines games. So they've shown an ability, not that they're behind, but an ability to score goals in tight games in the second half. And I expect them to come out really fired up when the third quarter begins. So it's about 4.5 minutes until the second half. So we're going to take a quick break from our booth, and we will be back in just a couple of minutes to bring you second half action in this tied state quarterfinal game. Be back in a second.
All right.
All right, we are back for second half action here. Still scoreless here at Aycock Stadium. First half saw a lot of Trinity possession. Most of the half spent in the Titans' offensive half of the field, but unable to breach the Paul VI defense thus far. And I'm looking for just an increased urgency and intensity from these Titans coming into the second half. And right off the bat, we see Carson Beatty with a steal, bringing it up with a lot of pace. And she looked for AC there, but it was just out of reach. And, of course, the winner of this game will move on to semifinal action on Thursday. And we did get a report from the collegiate stab game, collegiate in control with a 5-0 lead. So if the Titans win, they'll host collegiate on Thursday. And if the Panthers can spring the upset, they would travel to collegiate. Oh, that's a good ball by Lila Grace Logan, and it will create a corner opportunity as Ellie Johnson drew the corner. And in less than a minute of the first half, Titans able to earn their 5th corner of the game. Schminke. That's well struck. That's a good save, although I think it was going to be called a dangerous play regardless, as I think, was it Ellie Johnson who shot it?
Schminke with the shot. And it looks like I thought it took a deflection to go up that high, but I'm guessing.
Oh, another good save. The chance hasn't gone. Beatty to Schminke. Well defended.
Titans pushing really high up here as Darcy making the takeaway there inside their own 30 as the furthest person back.
Yeah, so all 22 players on the field were within 30 yards of the cage there. So, yeah, definitely like predicted, just heaping on the pressure. But as of now, the Panthers continue to keep them out, and now they'll even look to get a counter going here with Katie Adams.
Can you write a heart on my hand? Can you color it in?
All right, it's Panthers ball from a sideline insert. Good job there by Mariano De Castro to create a turnover and an opportunity, but well handled by Darcy Kopsonis. I think Darcy's been one of the best players today. And a nice counterattack, and now it's Cathedral over to Schminke, still in, and it's a goal! Olivia Schminke breaks the deadlock and assists from Elena Cathedral, but also you got to give credit in that build-up to Darcy Kopsonis, to Carson Beatty, to Ellie Johnson, to AC, to Schminke, as there were at least 5 Titan players involved in the build-up, and Titans on the board first, and that could profoundly change what these next 26 and a half minutes look like.
Yeah, and I mean, it's exactly what we were talking about. Titans on the defense were able to push forward before Paul VI could get back in that defensive shell, and there was a lot more space for them, and they were able to create a shot.
Yeah, we sort of thought that there was one of 2 ways that the goal would come, either from creating a turnover high up the field or PVI pushing numbers forward, and that's exactly how it happened. And now Schmicky's going to create another opportunity. What a save. It was a great shot, but well saved by Oliva.
A high shot there hits number 2, Chase Tollefson, in the chest.
Bet that hurt.
Yeah, those field hockey balls are no good.
Good pressure there by Ellie Johnson, and Schmicky again. Not too sure what that call was, but it's going to be possession back to the Panthers.
Might have just been off the foot of Ellie Johnson there. But
Good
yeah,
call.
now the Panthers down a goal now have to stretch themselves a little bit thinner, and Titans have already taken advantage of it.
Yeah, good skills there by Cathedral. She's going to earn a corner.
Ooh.
She got tripped right in front. And just already in the 5 minutes or so of second half action, we're seeing, I think, a lot more speed of play and just aggressive play by the Titans. And it's paying off with now multiple corners, a goal, and really just showing a hunger out there. All right, Darcy Copson, she's been excellent all day. She finds Logan to Schminky, well blocked. But it's another chance, still in front. And another corner.
Really nice play there by the Titans.
What am I going to do?
Elishiri fires it in. Copsinus, Schminky lets it run past. That is just wide as Carson Beatty played that one out. And I am going to turn the commentary duties over completely to Coach Tyree here, as of a family obligation to attend to, but hopefully the Titans will see this one out and be back in play on Thursday, and Carter Tyree will take you home.
Yep. Thank you, Hamlin. Turning myself now to full play-by-play mode. Thankfully, I am young enough that I have no responsibilities in my life, so I can stay here all day and watch Titans as ball into the box, and they're going to call the hit against Viglione. She's been dangerous the entire game. That's mine. Now ball out wide. And as you can see, the field is really opened up here as PVI now need a goal. Space in the middle, into the box, and they're going to call that one on Schminky. Another takeaway in the middle from Reeser, and she's going to push it wide, and the Titans are right back on the attack here. We're basically halfway through the third quarter now, and it's been pretty much all Titans other than that one break from Viglione a minute ago. Titans now moving around the back. And Viglione on the press by herself, trying to get that ball back for PVI now. Seems like everyone here at Aycock Stadium kind of breathed a sigh of relief once we got that first goal, as the pressure's down a little bit. Fired in on goal by Schminky, just saved away. Another good save by Avery Oliva. Up ahead, Weinfordner is going to be back on it by herself. Nice little move, though. And another. Benson does a good job there to keep possession for the Titans as they fire it ahead and are back in the final third here towards the PVI goal. Now Catedral fires it across. Still trouble. And fires into her own teammate's foot there. That looks like a little miscommunication as Gurley tried to clear it and it hit Stankiewicz in the foot, giving the Titans probably the easiest corner they've earned this season. Titans usually dangerous on these corners, although today has not been their best day off these set pieces. Let's see what they got in store here. Nice shot there by Beatty, but just fired wide. Now Schminke has moved more out to the side, and she's going to drive in, cut it back. Catedral in front. And they're going to call, I guess, on Schminke there. PVI in possession. Let's see if they can generate any attack here as it's easily stepped in by Weinfordner. And she's going to drive forward herself. And she's going to earn the foul off of number 17, De Castro. It's been a lot tougher this half for PVI to get that ball forward and actually get out on the break. Get the ball into possession of their attacking player, Viglione. As Schminke dances in here, and that's off a foot, and that's a corner for the Titans. A little over 3 minutes remain here in quarter number 3. Titans looking to expand that lead. Back to Schminke now. Over to Kostanis. She's going to play it in. Deflect it out. Remain Titan ball, but on the inside outside. We just sort of play it back. Titans here trying to work it around. That pass is a little short, and there's going to be a chance for PVI to break out here as it's taken away by number 1, Kylie McGillicuddy. Well done there by Kostanis and Weinfordner to shut it down, though. Ball sent out wide now. And a nifty little move there by number 11, Isabel Stankiewicz. Wide to Schminke and just not able to get it before it rolls over the touchline. Titans still pushing forward, looking for that goal, that insurance. Just in case one of these PVI breaks catch them, they'd like a little cushion. De Castro across the field is going to fire it upfield. Easily taken by Shiree. But only as far as number 14, Camila Madonna. PUI just can't connect these passes forward, though, and unable to really start that break without holding possession. Lilac Grace, lovely move to go between the legs there, and the pass just takes a bad bounce to get over Schminke. Stick. Really nice move in there by the Titans freshman, though. Played out wide, and it looked like Emma Sweeney wasn't really expecting that pass as it bounces out of bounds. But then looks like Schminke's not really accepting that pass as Beatty's pass just over the end line and PVI with another chance to break out. And that'll do it for quarter number 3. Titans finally getting that breakthrough. And they do have the lead, sitting ahead 1-0 right now. 15 minutes away from a semifinal on Thursday. Around VISAA, number 1 seed Norfolk Academy currently leading Potomac School 4-0. St. Catherine's in the 4-5 matchup. The number 4 Saints lead number 5 Bishop Ireton 3-0. And at the end of the third quarter, Collegiate School leading 6-0 over Stab, and that would be the matchup if the Titans are able to hold on. Collegiate would be coming here for their 4th matchup of the season with the Titans right here at Aycock Stadium. Titans sitting at 19-3, obviously been very dominant in parts of the season with some convincing wins over opponents who are sitting at the top of the both private and public school rankings. But you talk to any of the girls on this team, and what they really care about is at the end of the season they want to come away with a trophy. The last Titan State Championship was 2019, which for Coach Margie Sneed and a program who has been as dominant as the Titans had. I mean, 2 years without a title because, of course, the COVID-shortened season. It seems like forever for this team, but some really good players on this team, some really good chemistry. A lot of these girls have been together 3 or 4 years on varsity. Got to make it through one more quarter, though, to advance past the quarterfinals. Panthers to start with the ball here. Taken away by Beatty. Out to Schminke. Schminke trying to push through. Off the leg of number 17 to Castro. But they're going to judge Schminke's leg first. But she gets it right back. Driving in. Nice move there. Schminke still on the ball. Schminke saved by the keeper. Really nice move there by Schminke to elude the 2 defenders and get a shot off. Keeper was there with a nice kick save. And coming the other way now, 1-on-1. She pushes it through. And Valentina comes out and clears it away, but only as far as Madonna. Back up Viglione. Viglione in the box by herself. It's a crease. It's a crease, not a box. Ooh, and a takeaway there by DeCastro. Got to give the Panthers credit. A lot of energy coming from their bench, trying to will themselves to get that goal that they need to bring it back level with the Titans, as they're going to call Schminke with a hit there. Titans are at home. A couple students in the student section cheering their team on, parents in the stands. A long trip for this PVI Panthers team. It's one of those things where you really just need each other. You have your bench and you have your teammates. Nice drive there by Schminke. She's really creating some problems down that right side. It's going to be cleared away by Stankiewicz. She looks to do it herself. Reeser stands up to the task. Well done. Shirey now into the middle. And it's going to be a high stick on PVI. So still a chance here for the Titans. Beatty pushing into the corner. And a hit. The Castro. On the ball. She's going to have it taken away. Pass from Ramsey hits Schminke in the foot, though, and we're back where we started. And a corner here for the Titans. Looked like that might have been just outside the crease, but referee deemed it was inside. So Titans with a good chance here. Hoping to create, give themselves a little breathing room. Taking to Schminke. Schminke's touch out to her right side. Fired back across. And just wide. Looks like the defender there lost their stick. Emma Sweeney, it looked like. It may have been on a deflection, as this Titans ball still. Fired wide to Beatty. Down to Schminke. Schminke in the corner. Coming through. And it'll be a corner. This is a Titans team that success rate on these corners has been very high and a real big part of their success. Have not converted one here today, but the more they get, the more dangerous it gets for the Panthers. Back to Copsness. Now Logan, top of the box. Fired just wide. And it'll be Panther ball there. Thought it may have taken a deflection, but either way, as it's fired up, right back to Logan. Logan into the box. And a little miscommunication there from Johnson and Schminke as they both go for the ball and ends up costing them. But again, a takeaway. The Panthers just can't get out of their own attacking area right now. Nicely taken away by Beatty. Fired. Still with Beatty. Into. And it's just going to hit off the foot of Benson. And PVI again with a chance to clear, although they are really struggling to get this ball out right now. Fired up. Well defended there. Reeser able to get that pass out wide. Now Shirey. Fired up. Taken away by Tollefson. Logan does good. Gets it back. Cuts it back. Onto the forehand. Still in there. Johnson fighting for it. They're able to clear up, but only as far as Ramsey. Back up top to Beatty. Beatty drives inside the crease. Fires a shot. Misses the ball on that one and ends up hitting the stick. Giving PVI another chance to clear. Titans' press here has been fantastic. Almost no passes completed here by the Panthers. And really little ability to get out as that one takes a little funny hop and goes out of bounds. Beatty into the corner and just past Johnson. Johnson looks like she was kind of between getting that on her backhand or on her forehand, and by the time she decided to go for that backhanded, skips by her. Body language of the Titans, though. They're on their toes. They're ready to come get that ball, and a whistle. De Castro now tries to clear. Fires it into the feet of Catedral. And then finally, Panthers able to get it past midfield. And they can break out. Here comes the press. Ooh. Very nearly taken away by Isabel Banks, but Madonna there to create the pressure as the Titans have to fire it upfield. But a great pass. Ramsey now on the left side fires it into the box. It's there. Still sitting. Corner for the Titans. Really nice pass there up the line. I think Shiree up the line to Ramsey to create that attack. And now the Titans will get yet another chance on the corner as we're into the last 7 minutes now of this game. Sun has basically disappeared behind the Estes Athletic Center, and I would like to say the temperature has dropped. I am a little bit cold right now. Beatty in the box. Plays it off to Logan. Logan fires. Save. Well done. Still in front. Just wide. Johnson had a chance there out in front of goal, but just rolled it wide. It has been all Titans here in the fourth quarter, but they haven't been able to get that second goal. So PVI still clinging on. Fired upfield taken away by Shiree. Pass well intercepted by Madonna. She's going to fire it forward. Copsness. Two attackers pressing on. Now Logan, another takeaway in the middle of the field. Drives in. Some obstruction there, and yep, that's going to be a corner for the Titans. Another chance off a corner here. We are now under 6 minutes to play in this quarterfinal. Titans still holding on to a 1-goal lead with a chance here to double it. Ball's going to be in to Copsons. Now to Beatty. Beatty drops it. Fired into the middle. Johnson. And it's another corner. Looks like there was a foot in there from the PVI defender. At the very least, all these corners are keeping to run this clock down and getting us closer to the finish line. Shiree plays it short. Pass fired into the middle. Johnson on the ball. Johnson fired. What a save. Great kick out there. Ball still hasn't been cleared, though. Schminke on it. And then it gets cleared, and it's a one-on-one. And she pushes it through. Biglione out in space. And Brogus Torres, save. Well done. Denies the breakaway, and the Titans will push it out to clear and get reset. Biglione was in on goal, but Valentina stands strong and kicks out that right foot at the last moment. Now Logan looking to counter. Push it forward. Schminke. Recovered by Bailey Gurley for PVI, and this one's going to be side out. Now Beatty. Ref says she pushed it forward a little too much there, and she's going to go back. Gives PVI a chance to reset. Beatty in, pushing it to Schminke, and it's going to roll all the way out of bounds. 3.5 minutes now remaining. PVI with their best chance of the game right there. Chance to tie it. Their defense has been holding steady this whole second half, and that's what they've been waiting for, that chance to tie it. And really good job by Viglione to create that break, and really good job by Valentina and Brogy Torres to shut her down. Now Titan back into the attack. Nicely done there. Schminke on the ball. Schminke splits the defenders. Fires wide. Oh. Great move there by Schminke. Chips the ball up and skates past 2 defenders to create a good shot. Just pulled it wide. Now fired forward. Viglione on her own again. She's been able to do this. Skates past 1. Pushes into space. Skips away into the middle. And Shirey does well. Getting the ball away there. And all Viglione could do is hit the stick. And it'll be Titan ball. I mean, all credit to her. Viglione has been fantastic this game. She just hasn't been able to get that last push. And the Titan defense has done a very good job being able to hold steady right at the end there. This one off Schminke. Fired into her foot. Ball pushed forward. Weinfordner wins the ball back. Now he's going to play it forward. And it's going to skip past 1. Johnson on the ball. Johnson with a takeaway. Now Johnson's in and she's tripped. Is it a corner? Okay, it looks like it'll be a Titan corner. Now, I'm not fully versed on the rules of field hockey, but Ellie Johnson was pretty far away from the crease when she was tripped.
I think if it's like enough of a foul, it doesn't matter. Like if it's close enough.
Okay, I think probably because Johnson had a chance at a breakaway. It's the reset. As it's a nice play. Schminke scores! And that should do it with under a minute to go on the clock. That'll be the one that puts the Titans through. Really well fought by PVI, but just can't hold out it to the end. Schminke with her second of the game. Titans 2, Panthers nothing. And looks like with 27 seconds left on the clock here in Aycock Stadium, we will be seeing you again on Thursday. As this one's fired forward. Now the Panthers need to really push as they need 2 goals in almost no time. Should be a lot of that. Well done by Logan to bring it down, but they're going to call a high stick on that one. Madonna out to Viglione, trying to push forward. And that will do it. The Trinity Titans are on to the Final Four. Once again. Step 1 of 3 complete for these Titans as they look for their 4th state championship in the last 7 years. Goal in that 3rd quarter by Olivia Schminke. A chance for Anna Viglione for PVI late in that 4th quarter, but Valentina Ambrogi Torres does really well to stop it. And then Schminke closes the door with under a minute remaining to score that 2nd goal. And the Titans win 2-0. Hamlin's not here. I have a player of the game. Ainsley, our producer, do you have a player of the game?
I thought that Darcy did really well moving the ball up, and Anna Reeser, those two.
Yeah, she's going to give it to Darcy Copsons and Anna Reeser, who both played great defensively and were able to connect from defense all the way into offense and really help generate some of those Titan attacks as PVI had a really strong defensive set. So you're taking them defensively. I'm going to go offensively. I'm going to say Olivia Schminke. It seemed like early on when it was still 0-0, she was starting to get frustrated, but she was able to keep going. Her teammates did a really good job of creating some chances off of her and taking some of the pressure away, and she was able to finish when it mattered. That'll be all for us for TSPN. Our next broadcast tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. We will be at City Stadium for the boys soccer semifinals. Our next Field High broadcast should be 3 o'clock on Thursday. Right back here, and it will be the Collegiate Cougars coming back to town for the 4th matchup between those two teams. And you know these Titans really wanted another shot at Collegiate after the disappointment of that LAS championship. It looks like they kind of, after being a little uptight in that 1st quarter, they kind of opened up and they kind of got their game back. And it should be a great game here on Thursday. And the last TSPN broadcast we have scheduled for this week is on Saturday, as we'll have the football semifinal. But hopefully, if soccer and field hockey can take care of business, we'll have extra broadcasts of each of those as those teams play championship games. It's a great time to be a Titan. So thank you for watching, and